He was a man who embodied contradictions. John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, hid a horrifying reality behind a facade of normalcy. He was a successful contractor, a friendly neighbor, an active member of his local community. But beneath this carefully constructed mask of respectability lurked a depraved killer. Gacy's double life is a chilling reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. Behind his charm and seemingly ordinary life, he committed unspeakable acts. He shattered the lives of at least 33 young men and boys, forever linking his name with the darkest depths of human cruelty. His story is not for the faint of heart. It's a gruesome tapestry woven from deception, sadism, and the unbearable pain of unimaginable loss. It's a stark reminder that the monsters we fear most often wear familiar faces, their true natures concealed behind a veneer of normalcy. Gacy's crimes left an indelible scar on America's psyche, forever changing the way we view our neighbors and challenging our perception of good and evil. His story serves as a chilling reminder that the line between light and darkness can be terrifyingly thin. John Wayne Gacy's path to becoming a monster wasn't a sudden descent. It was a slow burn, fueled by a troubled past and twisted desires. Born in Chicago in 1942, his childhood was marred by an abusive alcoholic father who constantly belittled his son. Gacy craved his father's approval, a yearning that would tragically shape his deadly desires. Adding to his turmoil, Gacy grappled with his own sexuality. He felt different, harboring attractions that society at the time deemed unacceptable. This internal conflict, combined with the constant denigration from his father, brewed a dangerous cocktail of shame and rage within him. As Gacy grew older, his darker impulses began to surface. He engaged in petty crimes, his behavior becoming increasingly erratic. He married and even had children, but his facade of normalcy was just that, a facade. Behind the mask of a family man, a storm was brewing. John Wayne Gacy donned many masks, but none were as chilling as Pogo the Clown. He used this alter ego to gain access to the world he craved, a world of young boys whom he lured with promises of work, money, or simply a good time. Gacy understood the power of this disguise. It disarmed his victims, making them feel safe and at ease. Gacy's modus operandi was as calculated as it was horrifying. He often targeted vulnerable young men, runaways, or those struggling to find their place. He offered them a sense of belonging, a helping hand that masked his sinister intentions. Once he had their trust, he would use a variety of ruses, a magic trick gone wrong, a demonstration of a fake police badge, or simply brute force to subdue his victims. Section 4. Unmasking Evil, A Trail of Terror Unravels. For years, John Wayne Gacy's reign of terror continued unchecked. He buried most of his victims in the crawlspace beneath his house of horrors, a macabre testament to his depravity. The stench of death became unbearable, masked only by Gacy's claims of plumbing problems. However, the facade of normalcy Gacy had so meticulously crafted began to crumble. A missing persons report, filed when a young man named Robert Peast vanished, would prove to be his undoing. Peast was last seen with Gacy, and police, sensing something amiss, began to investigate. The investigation uncovered a trail of lies, inconsistencies, and a mounting number of missing young men who all had connections to Gacy. A search warrant for his home revealed the horrifying truth. The nightmare that lay beneath the floorboards shocked even the most seasoned investigators. Section 5. Justice and Legacy, The Reckoning and its Aftermath. The trial of John Wayne Gacy was a media spectacle. The nation watched in horror as the full extent of his crimes was revealed. Gacy, despite overwhelming evidence, pled not guilty by reason of insanity. He claimed his alter ego, Jack, was responsible for the murders. The jury didn't buy it. In 1980, John Wayne Gacy was found guilty of 33 counts of murder and sentenced to death. He spent the next 14 years on death row, where he continued to deny his crimes and even painted pictures, some depicting clowns which became macabre collector's items. On May 10, 1994, John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection. His death provided little solace to the families of his victims, but it did bring an end to the reign of terror of one of America's most prolific serial killers. Gacy's legacy, however, extends far beyond his death. His crimes led to advancements in forensic science and investigation techniques. They also sparked a nationwide conversation about the need for better protection of vulnerable youth and increased awareness of the signs of predatory behavior. John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, may be gone, but the horror of his crimes serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most seemingly ordinary individuals.